Tonight, the pressure is growing on the U.S. Army to clean up its act when it comes to recruiting. A U.S. Congressman is calling for a congressional investigation because of what an 11 News Defenders report found. Investigative reporter Mark Greenblatt exposed military recruiters going too far. Mark, what's happening now?
Len, tonight, Congressman Gene Green is sending this letter to the Pentagon, demanding answers about what we found last week. Once again, more recruiters threatening high schoolers if they didn't go Army.
Are you registered to vote?
18-year-old Irving Gonzalez wanted out of a non-binding agreement to join the Army. But when he told that to his recruiters at Greenspoint Mall, he says they told him.
To send you to jail.
In fact, Gonzalez recorded one of the conversations he had with Army recruiter Sergeant Glenn Marquette.
What if I just don't show up? I mean, guess what? You're AWOL, absence without leave. You want to go to school, you will not get no loans because all college loans are federal and government loans. So you'll be blackballed from that. As soon as you get pulled over for a speeding ticket, they're going to see that you're a deserter. Then they're going to apprehend you, take you to jail. So guess what? All that lovey-dovey, I want to go to college and all this, guess what? You just throw it out the window because you just screwed your life.
That's not what our country's about.
The recruiting station is in Congressman Gene Green's district.
There's a problem with the system in the Army, and we can blame the sergeant or a corporal here at the Greenspoint facility, but it sounds like they're also hearing it from nationally.
Why? KHOU uncovered citations for recruiter wrongdoing have nearly doubled over the past several years, and complaints are up too. And just this morning, Green appeared on the nationally syndicated show Democracy Now! To talk about it live on the air with the Army.
This is not something that, as a member of Congress, I want to hear about because it's not something that should be done.
What concerns him more? 3 years ago, KHOU caught Sergeant Thomas Kelt, another Greenspoint recruiter, threatening a different high schooler with arrest.
By federal law, you got an appointment with me at 2 o'clock this afternoon at Greenspoint Mall. Failed to appear, and we'll have a warrant, okay? So give me a call back.
The Army's response? Just 2 months later, it promoted Sergeant Kelt to the role of station commander.
Just because someone has done something wrong doesn't mean that they get the death penalty.
Well, there's a difference between the death penalty and a promotion. He was actually promoted after this and came to be the commander of another recruiting station.
Yes.
What was the negative penalty if he was promoted?
I'm not allowed to tell you. I'm sorry, that's covered under the Army regulations and Department of Defense regulations.
And that fired up the congressman enough for him to send off this letter to the Secretary of the Army, demanding to know why more was not done and what steps the Army will take to ensure that this will not happen again. And he says he won't stop there.
Will you go to the House Armed Services Committee and ask them to investigate or hold hearings?
Definitely.
Congressman Green says there are 2 members of the House Armed Services Committee who are from Texas, and he plans to contact them both and get them involved. I'm Mark Greenblatt, 11 News Defenders.